Welcome everyone, it's Enrico Chenko, TeamAlliance. Just looking at some markets, some live market. Just looking at it real quick. Time is about 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I don't usually trade at this time, but I like to sit down and look at some key regions maybe that pop up for the next day. So when I hop on the trade this morning, for the morning to come up, I have a target, something to focus on. What I usually like to look at, right now I'm on a 4-hour. And this is some helpful stuff, so you really catch this. What I like to look at is simple demand, the buy side, and supply, the sell side. So we always know what we're doing. We're either going to be, of course, buying or selling. And we're going to do it from the perspective of the classical view, where we're going to buy low, sell high, right? Buy the demand and sell the supply, all right? Now, simply said, what makes it difficult is that you don't know anything as a retail trader. You really don't know anything. You don't know how many actual orders are on a desk somewhere. It's real orders, because each one of these means each candlestick, this is actual order being filled, right? But the orders being filled are past tense. You actually need to know the unfilled orders, because the unfilled orders will let you know if there is a balance between orders or imbalance, right? And we can only make money in the imbalance, the unbalance, right? Because that's when prices move, like these big moves, or these larger moves. Those are because prices, there's more supply or than demand, or more demand than there is supply, right? So all these larger movements, you see this move all the way up. You see this big move, big moves, impulsive moves, they're called, right? Impulsive moves. These impulsive moves, that means that there's more demand than supply. And once it gets up to a supply level, you'll see we'll start selling. So that's pretty much how I like to look at it. I mean, that's really, I think that's probably extra simple, and I hope it is, and you keep it that way. Now, what happens is, when it reaches up to supply levels, you're going to see price level out, and it's going to be a lot of buying and selling, and the market goes flatter. These flat periods, there's a lot of buying and selling going on, meaning that, but it's even. It's even. See, price can't move when the buyers and sellers are equal. The demand and supply are equal. All right? Now, at these points, at these special points, we can get in and find predictable behavior. And that's what we try to make our money off of, just a predictable behavior, a pattern of behavior that happens all the time. All right? Of course, bad traders, they make the same mistakes, and good traders, the institutions and the people with money, they make less mistakes. They do good trading, right? So we try to be with the people that are doing these good trades, right? So how can we find that? How can we find more information in the market? First, we got to take what the market has already given us. We know that these are all filled orders. These are orders that are filled, all right? Now, we take that just a step further. We can find points in the market within these uptrends and downtrends. And we can use these resistance points and they'll soon become support points. You see, they'll change later on, but the prices will be magnetized to these targets. And one of these targets I'm looking at, since we're in a 4-hour range right now, right? So this is a very big 5-minute chart, and 5-minute charts real special to us because 5 minutes means that we get plenty of opportunities to trade and make money. So it's a high income time frame, right? We're trading for high income. We're trading for income, right? Very important to remember. But back to what I was saying. I'm going to actually talk about the income another time. But back to what I was saying that about these areas, right? One such area is right here. It's a hole in the market, I like to call it. And price will be automatically magnetized to close this hole, right? Price has hit this mark, right? And then it starts to retreat. And it hasn't been at that mark for some time, right? For a little bit of time. It automatically declined from there, went flat, and now price will be magnetized to that mark. Now, the thing is, how it decides to get to that particular mark, you have no, you don't have no control over. We have no control over, right? We don't know how it will get there, but we can say that it's magnetized to that mark. So, if I know that that can help me plan and give me an opportunity for a predictable behavior to happen, that's where I pinpoint at. All right? So, I see that a little mark right there. I see another one, another big hole right in there, right? This hole right here, this one was almost closed, right? And that creates a whole large hole. And what I'm saying, these holes right up here, in here, this one, what's going to be happening there is going to be orders there. It's going to be a large amount of orders sitting there, right? Large amount of orders sitting there. So when price buys up demand, because of demand, it buys up to this point. What I'm looking for at that point is that there's going to be orders. So it's going to be sell orders there, right? It's going to be some supply there, right? And so this supply is going to suck up a lot of the rally. And when it sucks up that rally, then you can decide and see where if there's an imbalance in orders or not. All right? Let's go down a little further, right? That's the 8. This might take a minute because I'm video recording, so it's kind of a little short. All right? All right, this is 30 minutes. Move this over. All right? So, that hole I'm speaking about, see how big it is once you zero in on it a little bit? So, at some point, I expect this hole to actually be filled, this entire cycle. And these orders, there's probably a whole bunch of sell orders just sitting here, all right? Just sitting there. So if you're, say, a novice trader, right, what might happen is something like this might happen again. You'll see this price going up, going up, going up. And once it hit there, once it goes up, right, you'll see it going up, and then you'll figure that it's going to keep going up because it's moving up, right? So you'll figure to keep going up. And there's a bunch of supply right here. This will all get sucked up. And then there's going to be more sell orders up here. And since there's so much supply and sell orders up here, price is just going to drop right over, right? So if you're in here buying, that's the lane. That's a sucker's move right there, because you're going to be buying after the rally, so you're going to be buying at higher prices, right? Remember, you're going to want demand and supply, right? You want to be in those areas to kind of define that pocket. And we're gonna step it up though, because I think I want to do a little video series on how much income we could do on this 5 minute, and show you how we probably double our accounts. See how many times we can actually double our accounts. All right, so we're gonna do that real soon. I think that's a good one. All right, so stick with me. Show you a lot more to this little 5 minute. I know you're like, wow, I wanted a strategy. I need a strategy, but knowing that supply and demand is important, because that's what the whole market is about. So before you jump into anything else, any big indicators and all that, you want to just really know where the money is going, how the money is flowing. If you don't even know that part of the game, how are you going to win it? Right? This out to those you crypto traders out there too. If you don't know the order flow, how the orders are flowing, how you going to even win the game, right? So if you out there and you looking at charts and you taking trades and you're not really knowing where your edge is at, then you're someone else's edge problem, right? That's what's going to happen, because it's not really like a sucker's game. There's a lot of people. This is where people make money, like the big boys play here. It's really not a joke. And you, as a retail trader, you're at a disadvantage. I'm at a disadvantage, right? I mean, we do have our advantages, but we need to know how to exploit them. But most people won't know how to exploit them, don't know how to exploit them. So you're going to be at a disadvantage, and you're going to lose money. You're going to lose money real quick. So I want you to kind of dig into what I'm trying to really get across to you about these points. And then when you hop into the live room, you'll be able to follow kind of quickly how Mark and I are moving. You see what I'm saying? So you'll see that the strategy behind it, with the thinking behind it, not even the strategy, you'll see the thinking behind it. So when it's time to put it into action, it'll be like that, like quickly. And you'll be in your trade, out the trade, 5 minutes, and flipping your money weekly. I mean, you can't beat this right here. You see what I'm talking about? You really can't beat it. So I'm gonna have you keep track. I'm gonna have you keep track, because I'm gonna actually keep up doing these videos. I think I like this for a little bit, show you how this is really gonna flow. Hopefully, a lot of people could catch on, make some money on this, and not think it's all crazy, because you got to understand, you got little old ladies in Japan that trade the yen every day, and housewives that trade the yen every day. We just don't do it in America, I guess, like that. But it's a lot of money, man. It's a lot of money, and you got to recognize this, because these are urban patterns. Urban patterns. Something I know this is a little off topic, but I go off topic sometimes. Urban patterns, things that are happening in other densely populated regions, and you got to recognize how other people are getting money, and you can be a part of that too and get money. All right, so keep watching TeamAlliance, keep watching the space. I'm gonna get this a little bit more structured, but pay attention. Get into the live trade room. Get that, and you automatically start. You'll catch this really quick, and you start making yourself some money. All right, and you can do it without getting all the bumps and bruises like the guy did. You see what I'm talking about? Like I did. All right, I'm gonna see you real soon.